Listening Colour.
Hi everyone, welcome to Listening Colour with me, Rachel Walker-Mason. Got something new today. Now I've never actually properly heard the song or really heard much of what this band have done. So I'm getting into Rush.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. Though his mind is not for him, don't put him down as arrogant. His reserve a quiet defense, writing out the day's events.
Oh my god, this is so cool! I love this. That beginning bit is the bit I'd heard before and thought, what's this? And it's this. So, Tom Sawyer, that's a really interesting title for a song. I'm assuming it's in reference to the Mark Twain novel Adventures of Tom Sawyer, who obviously written a long time ago. He's this like lovable scamp who skips school and plays by the river and gets into all kinds of mischief. But the first line in these lyrics is today's Tom Sawyer. And this was written in the 80s, 81, it says here. So the 80s Tom Sawyer will be very different to the Tom Sawyer of the previous century. So the does it mean that the Tom Sawyer of the 80s is kind of harder edged and getting into more mischief and making worse choices that will have repercussions? It's really interesting. It's a really interesting title, and yeah, I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Oh my god, the riffs in this are so good. This is just riff-tastic. It's just, I love a good guitar riff, and there's some fantastic work in the bass there. The Rhodes is doing loads of it. It's so good. What a tight sound. I'm really enjoying this. This is not music I've really listened to a lot. Again, my parents didn't really listen to Rush. I don't know whether it was more of a band that was super popular in America, not as much in the UK. I don't really know, but I'm kind of obsessed. This is so cool. And yeah, that line about what you say about society, what you say about his company is what you say about society. So I guess it is about a Tom Sawyer figure and what that means, in the 80s and what it means nowadays. Like what that means now is not the same as when the book was written all those years ago. It's really interesting. The band talking about that's how they feel about society in the 80s, of trying to fit in and trying to be a rebel and trying to not fit in. I don't know. It's really interesting.
Catch the mist, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the riff. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as the skies are wide.
Oh, the lyrics are amazing. It's just so interesting. It's like taking the kind of references from the book, but it being this amazing modern day story, well, from the 80s. I love it. What an amazing voice the lead singer has as well. He's got these really bright, what you say, kind of bits in there that are slightly kind of twangy. They've got that kind of nasalized sound, which really cuts through the texture of the song because everything else is set up lower there and the guitar's playing much lower down. So that voice really pings out at the top. I love the kind of phaser noises they've got in it. I don't know how they've done that. It's kind of quite like sci-fi, these kind of things going across. I really love that. We don't really get that much in music nowadays, and I kind of love that when there's sort of otherworldly noises in it.
The days Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you, and the space he invades, he gets by on you.
Oh my God, this is so cool. How have I not heard this before? I love it. This is going to be played a lot in our car. We're going to get our kids onto this music. I love that section. That was so interesting. And it went through all the different band members having a solo of sorts. If you've watched any solo, any videos where I'm talking about Nightwish and other bands that do lots of rhythm changes, I'm always obsessed with that at like how clever they are to be able to get those time signature changes in so tightly and make them feel like they belong rather than that they're making everything wonky. And Rush do a blimmin' fantastic job of that in that section there. It's got the main riff, but they kind of offset it. So sometimes it's on the beat and sometimes it's off the beat. It always slightly off kilter. And then that continues into the guitar part, and the bass is doing this lovely kind of almost a walking bass section where it sits on the root note and then it walks up and it makes the chord feel slightly unstable, like you don't quite know where it's going to go. It's really cool. I love that. Like, they're really talented musicians and they look like they're having a really good time doing this together. I'm like, I love it.
No, his mind is not for rent to any god or government. Always hopeful yet discontent. Those changes aren't permanent. Oh, changes.
Oh, those lyrics are amazing. No, his mind is not for rent. What is it? No, his mind is not for rent to any god or government. That's incredible. That is very much the essence of what it is to be free. And it's harder in society nowadays. Everything is under the government now. Everything is impossible to live kind of off grid, to be free. We can't make choices like that anymore. And I love that they're saying that in this song. This modern day Tom Sawyer is like, no, I'm not accepting this. But then how does he live? How does he live his life? It's really interesting. Is it a character that they know doesn't exist, that can't exist, but it's ideally how they would like to live in this kind of free society where you're not under the rule of a government or a religion. It's really interesting. And how good is this drummer? Now, I'm a singer and I've played keyboard and a bit of guitar and things. I don't know a lot about drumming, but I can tell that this drummer is amazing. There's some really incredible sections where he just drops into this massive drum fill and other sections where he's adding extra kind of backbeats into it in an already complicated beat. He's added another pattern into it. That's just so clever. And I love that. I'm always amazed by drummers because it's just something that I don't really understand much of. And I'm always like, wow, that they're doing that. Okay, let's continue.
And what you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the witness, catch the wit, catch the spirit, catch the spit. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as his eyes are wide. Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer. He gets high on you and the energy you trade. He gets right on to the friction of the day.
Wow. I need to hear that song at least 40 more times now in a row. That is so freaking cool. And that end section, I just love that. That is so cool. So it opens with the enter Tom Sawyer, and then it's exit the warrior. Today's Tom Sawyer. He gets high on you and the energy you trade. He gets right onto the friction of the day. It's like a whole novel in one song. It's just genius. I love that. And musically, wow, what an incredible band. Like every single one of them are just unbelievable, and the way they kind of bounce off each other, and the bass riff in that, and then is incredible, and then there's a section on the Rhodes that comes in that's again iconic. There's so many parts of that that could be the hook. I don't know. I don't know which bit is the hook part of the song, because there's at least 9 things in it that could be the hook. It's unbelievable. Ah, wow. I think I should listen to more Rush. What would you suggest I listen to next? Let me know in your comments. So color-wise in this one, it's really red. It's really, really kind of bright reds, kind of rushing, rushing towards me, and then going into the instrumental. It's got these kind of big purple kind of washes going through it, and then into the section where the drums are, there's like a paradiddle around the drums, and then it kind of goes into these extra beats and stuff. It's got these really bright kind of green like splashes in it. It's really colourful. And then that end section, and it ends with a fade, which is quite rare in a track. Now we're not allowed to do them for radio. Radio does not like a fade on a track. We have to have a nice ending. It's really interesting that it just fades out, and it kind of goes into like a kind of paler green, and it just sort of fades off into the distance. It's really interesting. How do they do this one live? Do they have an ending? What we call like a button on the end of a track, like a bump, kind of thing. Do they do that live, or do they just fade it out live and people just start to applaud? It's really interesting. I'm always curious about how they do that when there isn't an end to the track. Do let me know. Working in the music industry is not well paid. So if you would like to support me, you can do so by buying me a coffee or a tea, as I say, because I'm British and drink a lot of tea. The link is just over here. I want to say thank you to everybody who's already done this. There's so many of you who have supported me and my family, and we are so grateful. So thank you. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I love all your comments, so please keep them coming. And remember to have a colourful day. Listening